Hi friends, in this episode we'll see about the known hazard in your workplace. What are all the chemicals that are used in your workplace, the hazard and safety precautions to be followed for that chemical. Acetone. Acetone chemical formula is C3H2CO, C3H6O. It is also known as dimethyl ketone or 2-propanone. Normally it is used in laboratory as cleaning agents. Nail polish remover, paint thinner is a solvent for oil, fats, plastics, varnish, waxes and resins. It's also used to peel off dry skin, used by dermatologists. It is a highly flammable liquid and listed as dangerous chemical by ACGAH, American Conference of Governmental Industrial Hygiene, WASHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, NIOSH, the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, DOT, the Federal Department of Transportation, NFEA, National Fire Protection Association, and the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. All these agencies have listed it as a dangerous or hazardous chemical. Uh, High concentration of acetone will affect your kidney and liver on ingestion. So we have to be very careful while using acetone. Next we can see another chemical normally used in industry is ammonium solution or ammonium hydroxide. Ammonia in water is ammonium hydroxide. It is having a pungent odor. Normally it is used in wastewater treatment, leather, rubber, paper, food and brewery industries. It is also used for cold storage and also refrigeration system also it's ammonia is used. It is also used in production of pharmaceutical, printing, cosmetics and used in fermentation process also. Mainly is a raw material for fertilizer plant, various compound manufacturing units, petroleum and mining industry also ammonia is used. It is also listed as other chemicals by DOT and the EPA only. Its threshold limit value TLV is less than 50 ppm. Say giving pungent odor. If you inhale continuously or the concentration is more than 26 ppm, ammonia gas will fluid build up in lungs and it leads to medical emergency. It also give a respiratory infection. So in ammonia atmosphere, at very careful. While working in ammonia atmosphere, use full space powered air purifying respirators you have to use. For high concentration, you have to use supplied air respirator with full face piece. If the ammonia leak is there continuously and you have to do any maintenance job, then you have to use supplied air respirator with full face piece. If ammonia is slightly leaking and a small ppm only, then you have to use full face powered air purifying respirator in that area. Better to avoid ammonia atmosphere. Next one is argon gas. Normally it is used in bulb welding, everybody knows. This is a net gas. It is classified as a simple asphyxiant that it will replace oxygen from that area. Inhalation in excessive concentration only will result in dizziness, nausea, vomiting, loss of consciousness, and it will lead to death if it is higher concentration. It is also listed as hazardous chemical in ACGH and DOT only. Uh, do not forget to subscribe and put likes in the comment. Put your comment in the comment box. Share it with your friends and colleagues. We'll go to next slide for the next chemical. Now we can see about the benzene C6H6. It's a colorless or light yellow liquid at room temperature. Benzene has a sweet aromatic gasoline-like odor. It will smell like petrol or gasoline. Normally, those workers exposed to benzene while working in area industries are oil refineries, chemical and petrochemical plants, coke works, foundries, and in the storage distribution of gasoline and petrol and or benzene plant itself. Most benzene exposure comes from the air from a number of sources, including forest fires, auto exhaust, and gasoline from fueling stations. Benzene in cigarette smoke is a major source of exposure. From a long-term or chronic health perspective, the World Health Organization (WHO) and International Agency for Research on Cancer (IARC) classify benzene as a Group 1 carcinogen. That is, will give cancer. Prolonged exposure to a high concentration of benzene causes leukemia, blood cancer, and impacts red and white blood cells. Very dangerous to work in benzene atmosphere. Benzene is a natural component of both crude oil and petrol. Long-term exposure can lead to serious blood disorders such as anemia and leukemia. Leukemia is a type of cancer, blood cancer. The WHO has not set a standard for ambient benzene concentration. That is not yet decided concentration. We have to work, stating that there is no safe level of exposure, but many countries use as an annual average standard equivalent to 1 part per billion. That is 1 ppb. 0.001 ppm only is allowed in that area. Benzene can be absorbed into the body by inhalation, ingestion, or skin contact. Inhalation is an important route of exposure in benzene atmosphere. It is used as an organic solvent both in industrial and household products also. Earlier it is used. Now it is replaced due to its known human carcinogenicity. It is listed hazardous chemical in OSHA, NIOSH, DOT, ACGH, NFPA, EPA, IARC, International Agency for Research on Cancer, and NTP, National Toxicology Program, DEP, Department of Environmental Protection. Normally, people will not aware of the benzene. So also a solvent, used as a solvent. So the lab or contract laborers will use a benzene solvent for washing their clothes and helmet and like that. That should not be practiced. Should be avoided. While working in benzene atmosphere, either you have to use SBA for short-term exposure or supplied air breathing apparatus with full face fees if you have to work continuously, whether you are operator or a maintenance person. When you are working or moving around benzene atmosphere, you have to use supplied air breathing apparatus, or short time means you have to use SBA. It's very dangerous, it's carcinogen. No standard concentration limitation is given by World Health Organization also. So we have to be very careful while working in benzene atmosphere. Like benzene, butadiene, C4H6. Butadiene also is called 1,3-butadiene. Also highly dangerous. It's actually used to help or to make a lot of things, including tires, gloves, wetsuits, hoses, gasket, and seal. Butadiene is a raw material for all this manufacturing unit. 1,3-butadiene is a probable carcinogen in humans. It's also highly dangerous. It will give cancer. Some exists evidence that it causes lymph and blood cancer in human. Also, it has been shown to cause lymph, breast, uterine, lung, heart, and skin cancer in animals. It is tested with animals, and this is all happened. See, a carcinogen. All butadiene is made by dehydrogenation of butane or butene, or by high temperature cracking in a distillation column uh, in petroleum distilleries. It is also listed as a chemical in OSHA, NIOSH, DOT, ACGH, NFPA, EPA, IARC, International Agency for Research on Cancer, and NTP, National Toxicology Program, and DEP, Department of Environmental Protection. So total threshold limit, that is TLV, is 1 to 1.6 ppm only. While working in 1,3-butadiene atmosphere, you have to use SCBA and continuous air breathing apparatus. As mentioned for benzene, it's also highly dangerous. It will give cancer. So we have to use while working or moving in the butadiene atmosphere with SCBA, or for long term you have to use continuous air breathing apparatus. Whether you are operator or maintenance, you have to use SCBA in that area while working in the butadiene atmosphere. Please take care while handling benzene and butadiene. You have to check the MSTS or the chemicals in the used in the plant. Even in the waste chemicals also it will be there. So you have to be very careful. and we have to use this CBA or continuous breathing apparatus while working. Hope you might understand the chemicals used in petrochemical or fertilizer or in oil and gas industry. You might understand the dangerous hazardous chemical listed by the different agencies and the precautions we have to take. Hope you will understand. You can see with the other chemicals in the coming episode. Thank you very much.